Relatively new feature that I don't think a lot of you have been introduced to and understand its purpose and functionality. So when you are working on planning your numbers and you've already planned for certain items, but then you go to look within your actual physical inventory that day, or notice something with the Cisco truck didn't get delivered as planned, or you forgot to order it, but you have another item similar to that item that is being menued, you can in fact substitute that item. So, for example, I am in a lunch menu for an elementary school, and it is for the day of Tuesday, February the 24th. Now, this could be for any day, but I have clicked on the home style chicken nuggets. So let's say, for instance, you don't have chicken nuggets, but you do have popcorn smackers. You can replace the popcorn smackers with the chicken nuggets. So I have clicked on and highlighted blue here the breaded chicken nuggets recipe. You physically do have to click on the recipe name in order for the substitution button to appear. So once you've clicked on it and it appears blue, down here at the bottom you will see a substitute recipe button. You will then click that button, and then it will take you to a new screen where you can then search for your recipe. So in this case, we're going to say smacker, and then we're going to hit search. And it pulls up all of our recipes with the chicken smacker. So in this instance, you would pull up the popcorn smacker that you have to replace. Now, if you do have the white meat smacker, you can use it as well. Then it will tell you at the top that that recipe has then been added to your production record. Once you've done that, you'll hit done. And that item has now been added onto your production record. Now, your planned number will still show on here, and I would leave this number. But then in the new number, where it's for your substitution item, I would then put in a new planned number. Now, if you decide for whatever reason turns out you don't have this item, you absolutely can remove said item from your production record by clicking this X here, and then it'll say ask you the question, are you sure? And you'll say yes. Now this can be used for mainly your main entree items, your grains for the day, the hummus box, the ham and cheese sandwich, the hot vegetable, and the cold vegetable. Remember, a fruit is a fruit, so you can substitute either of the menued fruits with another fruit and still keep serving out plenty of those. Now, let's say, for instance, that you have the chicken nuggets, but you only have 3 cases of them, but you do have popcorn smackers. You are going to leave the chicken nuggets as you've planned on them, but just reduce your plan number, and then you are going to add the popcorn smackers as a leftover. The leftover button is used to add items to your menu that you have already served and need to supplement in addition to planned menu items. Always make sure that you have enough of the planned menu item before you go to add leftovers. So in this instance, I clicked add leftovers, and we're going to say smacker recipe. Now, it will ask you for a date from which these recipes originated from. If you can remember that date, which I don't expect most people to remember when that date was, we've all slept since then, but you can in fact do that, or you can just say yes and it'll add it. And then you'll hit done. And now at the bottom, that popcorn smacker has been added as a leftover onto your production record. You can, in fact, if you make a mistake on any item, whether it be adding it as a substitute or leftover, you added the wrong one in your search you're clicking, you easily can remove it by clicking that X on the substitute item, or delete leftovers and then say yes. The purpose of this is, again, to showcase to you guys that there are going to be times when you may need to substitute an item on your production record or for the day's menu. Again, whether it be because of a Cisco order issue, you need to use up some inventory, forgot to order the item, or it is something that us in office has decided to go on ahead and plan as a substitute, in which case you will receive that email from either Amanda or your OC. Again, remember that you will be substituting your main entree items, your grains, the cold sandwich or the hummus pack, and your veggies. Again, a fruit is a fruit, so you can serve any one fruit on the menu or more than one or two fruits on the menu for that day to make sure your kiddos and our kiddos have enough fruits served on the menu. Button. Again, if you are going to be making any sort of substitutions, please contact your OC, either the manager or KS, to make sure that that item is within the subcategories and components for the menu to be used. Once you do that, you will fill out a menu change form request, which will go to Amanda in office. But definitely reach out to your OC first. Thanks so much.